Hello, everybody. We're loaded into iRacing still, so it'll just be a moment. Hope you're all doing good. I feel like the fancy intro music just for the BBRC. Audio library for the win. Hello, Tactic, Yeto, Shaffy, Kyle. Hello, Avon. Hey, Eric. Firestone, Enigmatic, Gravity. We got a good group here. John in Texas is here. Hello. Eric first commented as Eric Green Bay Packers fan, and now they are no longer listed as Eric Green Bay Packers fan. Something happened in that time period. All right, sounds good, Kyle. Hello, Aoife. Hello, Zane. Right. Okay. I think we're about ready. Switch us over to the game. Sorry for the long intro there. Took a minute to load into iRacing. Hope you're all doing good. Hope it changed since my team is all good. We saw that in real time. Hello, Jaden. We're in practice. We'll go a little bit over previous race results. Ooh, that sounded loud. They're on the track. There we go. Also, already... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what's happening. Here we go. It's just practice. So, you haven't missed anything. We were just getting set up there. I feel like I gotta turn down the game volume just a little bit. That real quick. And then back. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is practice, just a moment for us to kind of get acquainted with the track and all. Still pretty loud in my ear. So don't mind this volume button that's going to pop up right there. Get the standings on the screen. I got to do it in display mode, not game capture, so stuff like that once in a while. We only have 12 cars out there so far. Looks like Shaffy's leading. Oh, Bearderbot just put down the fastest time. I wonder if I can actually get... This actually show the... Alright, there's the... This isn't like running order like in the race. This is just practice. So, that's the fastest laps of the session so far. We're getting a little bit of a look into the cars that might have a good night tonight. And so far, I'm pretty happy. After the horrific performance Bearderbot had in the previous race. So, talking about that, let's take a look at the previous race results. Get those popped up on screen. take away the ticker and the it's actually a scoring box can stand. How much time we got left? All right. So here was the previous race results. Kyle obviously getting the victory. That's the running order there. The standings are a little different because we did have a stage break at the 40% mark. There is a stage break, and today's stage will come at the lap 40 because there's 100 laps. So there you go. I believe it was top 5 get an extra, some bonus points. Not a lot, but it's something. Yep, top 5 gets the winner of the stage gets 5, and then goes all the way down to 1. So that's basically that. Don't mind the bottom of the results page, yeah. Yeah, Kyle wasn't even here for the opener, and his bot got it done. And that was one wild race. That was I very much enjoyed that. Some crazy racing and moves and crashes. This one's gonna be a little different though. This one isn't like here's the standings breakdown. Oh, there's a few changes based on the you know, stage break going in there. We all know Bearder bot rigged. Not so much. Not after that first race performance. I think I'm pretty far down at the bottom. Can't really see going on. Where am I? Yeah, I'm in 24th. 13 points. So to look at who's leading practice now. Still, well, Enigmatic making up some pace there. Shaffybot, Bugsbot at the top of the field. Jakenstein also in the top 5 so far in the practice session. But this is just practice. Not qualifying or anything. Take down standings. Here's another quick look at some of the rules and so on. If you didn't see those in the first race, I'm not going to read through them like I did in week 1, but just so you have an idea. We got stage rigs going on. When a race is counted as official and so on, stuff like that. Also, let me know how sound is, if I need to turn myself up, or if the game is too low or too high. Just that. Once the racing gets started, obviously, it's going to be kind of hard for me to keep on top of the chat constantly. There's going to be some action to call and so on. And I'm not actually anticipating... I mean, the only caution may be the stage break, to be honest. So, yeah. There's a chance for a natural caution to happen, but so far in testing, I don't think there's been too much of that. But we won't have to wait this whole 6 minutes. I'll advance the session as well. I just wanted to get us reacquainted with what's going on here. There's the rest of the schedule. So we got Iowa today. I think this is going to be more of like based on lap traffic and so on, getting in the way of the leaders. But next week, the Roval is going to be, I think, a little wild, at least at the start, when everyone's packed together. That's going to be intense. We got Bristol, which honestly was a little tame when we tested it, but it had some cool racing. That's why it's on the schedule. New Hampshire is probably like, I think I saw 4 or 5 wide racing for some reason from the AI there. That's why I put it on. I know it sounds like it was potentially going to be boring, but it was wild. There we go. All right, we'll be getting going into qualifying shortly. I think that's good enough for an intro. Hope you're all doing good. I'm going to get settled in here. About choosing your bot, who do you think has the highest chance? I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, I'd go with Enigmatic and Shaffybot right now, based off the practice session. It is anybody's race every week we get in here. Apologies for the screen disappearing momentarily. Alrighty. All right, so I have to remember lap 40. I got to throw the caution. So also don't mind this. I'm going to advance the session. It's the only way I can really do it. All right, no, I can do it up here. Baconstein going to win this one? That's what you think? All right, let's get into qualifying. Yep, stage break at lap 40. Some tracks don't really need it, but some of them with the AI racing, I just felt like it was good to have that in the rule book, just to bunch us back up a little bit, because once in a while, some of the tracks, sometimes it'll be really exciting racing, and then sometimes it'll turn into an absolute parade where they're just nose to tail, not doing much. So, or like they'll get so spread out and then they don't do anything. It's weird. They're unpredictable a little bit. So, if we get a race like that, we'll be thankful we have the stage break to kind of gather everybody up again. Ooh, fastest lap by Gravity Bot. I like that it pops up with the fastest lap there. Go check out Gravity Bot. And K-Bucks actually just booted them. So K-Bucks out front. For some reason, my on the side here is not putting him in order just yet on my side. But right now, K-Bucks with the lead, and I think everyone might be done with qualifying. So what the heck, Bearder Bot? What a tease. I think I'm second to last. Don't mind my actual name being in there. Hello, Wes the Mess. #1 commentator, Bearderbot. There we go. Yeah, am I actually the Bearder or am I Bearderbot? We'll never know. Can't find out. All right, so it looks like K-Bucks is going to have pole. Shaffybot in second, trying to make up for that gaff at the end of race #1, turning right with a lap to go. Bugsbot looks like they're going to recover from week 1, at least early on. Gravity running really well. Enigmatic showed some pace in practice, and they break out the top 5. So there you go. I think I might have to advance so that we're not sitting here waiting for my car that's never going to show up. Going to go as Bearderbot for Halloween. Oh my goodness. No, you're Sam from... You got the hat? You got the hat going? You can wear it. You can go as Sam from Power. I'm serious though. If you don't wear that when next time we play that, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Look at all these cars we got going on. Oh yeah, I got a job to do. Got to switch around things. Oh, there we go. That's cool. Thank you so much for hiding my screen. Appreciate it. I did once. Got a grid going. So we got K-Bucks out front. Shaffybot on this. Moving. Advance. Advance. Grid. There we go. No? Is that not the command? Oh, grid start. That's what it is. Grid start. There we go. Now they're going. All right, there we go. All right, K-Bucks got the pole. Shaffybot in second. Bugsbot on the inside in third. Gravitybot on his outside. Enigmatic, Firestone, Wes the Mess in 7th. Jakenstein in 8th. Then we got Goji Guy, Aoife, Nicholas Yeto, Robledo, Jerry Reed, M. Guthrie, The Real Roberts, Dimbo Slice, making up the top 16. We move on to DJ Underwood, Ryan Tart, 8 Ball, Aidenoid, John G, Zane Taylor, Avon, Megatony in 24th. Kyle C, the winner of the first race. Gonna have a lot of traffic to make his way through if he wants to make it 2 straight. Bearderbot in 26th. My disappointment is unmeasurable. R-Rig, Gingerbeard, Tactic, Tourism, Randy, Crymebot, and then I'm disqualified, so I don't know why I show up on the grid. There we go. Also, I hope you all like the nice fancy new ticker. That took a lot of testing, going back and forth, trying to get that to work. And I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. I like that we got custom numbers. It's actually going to help me, looking for the colors and so on. I hope my bot hates this track as much as I do. Wow. Okay. The lights are off on the pace car, and we should be getting started this time by K-Bucks in the 06. Gonna lead us to the line. K-Bucks do in the first race. They're 8th in the standings. So pretty good start to the season for K-Bucks. And they're going to take us into turn 1. Now, something about the way Iowa works with the AI. So I think what's going to happen here is, if I can get my standings to work here. There we go. I think what's going to happen here is the front runners are really going to start to separate, but the rear is going to have a lot of trouble separating from each other. They're going to be too wide for a little while. So it's pretty much, if you can get away, like Shaffybot and K-Bucks have here, you can get away, you're in pretty good territory. You can like really make your way around the track. But you're back here battling. See, we're like 3 wide, 2 wide kind of stuff. That's going to be slowing you way down. So what's going to be interesting about this one is the leaders are likely going to run into lap traffic issues, and that's how a lot of the passes for the lead are going to happen. K-Bucks Bot and Shaffy Taffy kind of driving away from the lead, from the field, but we got 3 wide here. The 8 Ball right in the middle of the 67 and 3. And they got to figure that out, because that's not going to do any good for them. Kyle C getting a little squirrely back here. So the back of the field is going to be kind of awesome to watch all around. Timbo Slice started 12th. Back in 14th, but we've been seeing them make some big moves. Dropping spots immediately. Again, apologies if I don't catch as much on the chat as I'm trying to commentate everything, but I'll try to look over every once in a while. Let's catch back up with the leaders. We got K-Bucks trying to fend off Shaffybot. I'm glad I jumped over here. We have a move for the lead. The K-Bucks going high. They held off the move for now, but Shaffybot trying to make the pass as well as hold off Gravity. Gravity had a lot of pace in the practice session as well. Where's Enigmatic? Enigmatic showed a lot of speed in practice and then even qualified well. Back to 8th already after starting 5th. So far, K-Bucks holding off the surge from Shaffy Taffy. Bugs also holding off Firestone there. We saw them battling. Jakenstein has moved up 2 spots into the 6th position. Aoife, who is brand new to the series, along with Wes the Mess, for the 16 and 18, joining us after a race into the season. It's going to be interesting to see how many points they make up as we go along. I mean, it's going to be a wild season. Anybody's race every week, so that'll be fun to watch as well. But Aoife making a move on the inside of Jakenstein. Jakenstein trying to hold them off. Looks like Gravity making a move on the outside of Shaffy, and they're gonna earn second place. So Shaffy, after being so close to getting the lead, now has lost it to Gravity, who seems to be just showing a lot of pace. And I think they're going to be after K-Bucks very shortly. Bugspot also making separation from Firestone. We got some big movers so far. Sean G up 5 spots back here in 16th, as a lot of the battles have been going on. I'll be honest, the field is spread out a lot more than I anticipated. In practice mode or in testing in the off season, I saw a lot more 2 wide for longer, and we're single file pretty far into this field here. Take a look back here. So they're still fighting 2 wide a lot of the ways, but this is turning out a little bit different than I anticipated based off practice. So again, biggest mover Sean G in the 16th, in 16th in the number 7. In terms of big movers in the top 10, Aoife fighting with Jakenstein, going back and forth. Aoife got on the grid in 10th, now moved up to, or battling for 6th. Get out my way, says Wes. Wes the Mess in the number 88. I like that paint scheme. I like Aoife's too, the selection there. Kind of looks neonish with the pink on the navy blue and purple there. I like the white base. I like that kind of stuff. Same with the 23 there with Enigmatic. But both the new cars, new drivers, running really well in the top 10. So K-Buck still holding on. I'm going to be surprised if someone takes away the lead before they hit the traffic. Because it's pretty tough to pass, especially because everyone up here has pace. We know it. I'm going to be surprised if they do that before we get there. Let's actually take a look at the blimp. That gives us a good view. A little bit. So they're on the front stretch. Where is, they're about opposite. A little, not opposite, but are you serious, Bearder Bot? Are you serious? Last place. Got a good look at this battle, though. Ooh, Gingerbeard almost got a little loose and up into the 15 with Ryan Tart. Randy Crimebot also battling on the inside there. Like, this is what I was talking about. The back half of the field, for the most part, was this in testing. It was just ferocious battles all throughout. 3 wide, 2 wide. And it was really slowing them down like it is to this group, and they can't get away from each other. And we're going to have a wreck here soon if they don't clear that up. But some great battle, and Gingerbeard cannot get out from the middle. Ooh. What is going on? I think tires are starting to heat up for these the bots here. And they're working around. So big update on the top 3. Shaffy Taffy now back to the back bumper of Gravity. And they have worked their way to K-Bucks. All the while, Bugspot being nice and quiet there in the 4th position after fighting off Firestone early on. There was a Hornets test right there. You're right, Wes. Golf rules for points. Oh, my goodness. And to think, I thought they had pace tonight after the practice. Ooh, was that a little bit of a bump there? Was that a bump and run from Shaffy on Gravity? They didn't quite get the pass completed. Gravity's going to get a run here. I don't know. We might. I'm not going to rewind it to go take a look, but it almost did look like there was a little bit of contact and a really hard battle here for second. And Shaffy riding Gravity up the track. Can they battle back on that high side once again? And they're going to hold on to it. This is a nice back and forth here. And K-Bucks is absolutely loving it because it's keeping them off at his tail. I feel like Gravity's going to hold the position. That top line just seems a little more dominant. Getting that pass done below. Like, they get a nice dive in there, but then the bots just don't seem to be as aggressive out of the turn. Check out any other big movers we got. Still, I mean, the most spots gained, Sean G. Back here in 16th. We'll go back with a more traditional camera once again. Sean G, back here in 16th, kind of leading a little bit of a chase back there. They're a little ways back from those in front of them. Could have some battles going on there. But a nice little group here that could be battling pretty soon as lap traffic comes into play. So we're 22 in. Again, I have to remember at lap 40. Have to remember at lap 40 to throw that caution for the stage. I'm always nervous about that. I wish I could set it to be automatic. Oh! Oh! I'm sleeping over here. I looked over at the leaderboard to see where to go next to check in on, and K-Bucks is under attack from Gravity. So K-Bucks got out early, but I don't know if maybe they ate up their... I mean, we're only 23 laps in, but they may have ate up their tires a little bit or something, because Gravity is making a big move on the inside. Are they going to get a pass done? And they get out in front of him. He doesn't get the all clear. K-Bucks stays on his quarter panel. Is he going to get it done here? Jaffe right there to take advantage as well if anyone makes a mistake. Can't quite get clear of K-Bucks. There's an awesome little view there. It was perfectly lined up for the camera. And again, Bugsbot just quietly sticking around in fourth, waiting to make their move. And there we go. GravityBot officially your new leader. Gonna have some laps led on the night. They started fourth at the start of this one. Oh, they went low again. They like that bottom line, but it's gonna open the door for K-Bucks to get a nice run out of the turn. They just aren't as aggressive to get up the track there, leaving turn 4 and turn 2. And K-Bucks once again is back in the conversation. They are going back and forth. Shaffy's still right there. Not too much Shaffy can do other than possibly pin Gravity down on the low line. If ShaffyBot can get there. Now Gravity goes high. K-Bucks decided to take the line away. I don't know why. They were dominant on the top line. And now Gravity trying to make a run on the outside. And I think this might go to Gravity just based on what we've seen in that top line. Nice racing for the lead, though. Jakenstein's been making moves as well. Look at this group starting to catch up to these leaders. Jakenstein working their way up to the Bugsbot. Shaffy Taffy now making a move for underneath Gravity, who has almost lost it to K-Bucks. Man, that bottom line, they just lose so much momentum. Shaffy Taffy, waiting for my moment, says in chat. And this group, this is what actually, it's kind of interesting. Like, we thought the back half of the field were all going to bunch up too wide and slow themselves down so much that the leaders were going to catch them. We're seeing this sort of happen with the leaders right now. They were so far ahead of the field, battling it out, right, and they've let themselves get caught. Now Bugspot has entered the chat on the outside in the 4th position. Jakenstein has been quick all night, right there in 5th, and Aoife making a move to the outside. And honestly, I think the outside is where you got to be. I think that's where you got to be. Chaffee don't like this bug spy getting close. Yeah, we got the mod battle in for 3rd right now. Battle of the mods there. And I want to check in on a lot of the rest of the field, but there's just great battles going on here for the lead. It's hard to pull away. We're too wide, too deep. Now Bugs on the outside of Shaffy. Gravity doing a great job holding on that bottom line, though. Holding K-Bucks off. And this is for stage points. Top 5. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're all awarded points at the stage. And these are some important positions on a season. You never know what you're going to get each week. And while this is happening, I also just want to say, I'm proud of you, BBRC. We're no longer in last place. Sitting there 26. I don't know what's happened to some of these. If they got in the wall or something. It actually looks like Randy Crimebot might have some damage. I don't see any incident points on them, but on that inside, oh no, it was just the way the graphics were loading in. I thought it looked like they had some damage on the inside, but they do not. Another look around the field. Kyle C. moving on up. We've seen a little bit of a shakeup. A lot of single file in this area early on, and now we're going too wide. They're getting some separation. Goji guy started 9th, now in 13th. M. Guthrie up 4 spots from 14th all the way up to 10th. Trying to hold on to that 10th position. Firestone in 9th. Enigmatic Entity in that 23. In 8th, West the Mess still holding on in 7th. Dakenstein, Aoife, Shafi, Bugs, and then that battle for the lead we've been watching. With 5 laps to go in the stage. The 67 there, or 66 there, still holding off Robledo for the top 10. This is a totally different race than we saw in week 1. Week 1 was just constant, ridiculous cautions. But I like that we're seeing some actual racing. This one is not playing out how I thought it was going to after testing. We're seeing a lot more gamesmanship and racy stuff out there compared to what I thought was going to happen. I thought the action was all going to come along as we got into the lap traffic. Everybody takes 2 tires. It's going to be interesting to see if the whole field pits and then what the pits are going to do. Everybody has the same pit crew, but iRacing warrants little mistakes here and there, and you see a lot of, I mean, people lose spots. So, the AI do. Harry Max, trends of the race. Gingerbeard getting past our rig here. Now our rig battling back, and Bearded Bot right there behind them. This is the battle for 23rd. Avon, I think, is the biggest mover right now. Oh, lap 39. I gotta pay attention here. Forgot to apply a shortcut, so excuse me for bringing up this ugly screen. I gotta pay attention here. So at the end of lap 40, they just begun it. Once that leader crosses the line, we're going to throw this caution. And it looks like K-Bucks is going to have it. After all that battling with Gravity, K-Bucks going to have it. Gravity in 2nd, Bugsbot in 3rd, Shaffy Taffy in 4th. And there we go. There is the end of stage 1. We hit the caution. No incidents up to this point, just some really good racing. Whew. So your running order there: K-Bucks, Gravity, Bugs, Shaffy Taffy, Aoife, Jakenstein, West the Mess, Enigmatic, M. Guthrie, and Firestone. That's your top 10. So here we go. They catch up to the pace car. And it's going to be interesting to see who pits. And if I feel like if one pits, the whole field will, but we never know. Biggest mover in the top 10, that was Aoife in the 16. Didn't race in race 1, but here now. And they're all pretty low on the track, so I'm feeling like, oh, we got a mix-up here. Come on, switch. I saw that, yeah, we had a few pit. So it looked like West jumped in there. Jakenstein. Bugsbot led the way. So we got some pit stops. Jakenstein pulling in. Slows down West. Oh, okay. All right, they went through each other. I forgot about that. Now that I'm not driving, it looks weird. We we got a good amount of cars. The only ones that stayed out were K-Bucks, Gravity, Shaffy, IFA, and Enigmatic. And that's a bold strategy, Cotton. I don't know if it's going to work out for them. They're going to, I mean, otherwise, I don't see a yellow. I don't see a yellow happening for them to pit and maybe draw everyone in again. And they're going to be running 100 laps on old tires. If their fuel makes it. I don't even know. I don't know how far these cars can make this. So that's an interesting one. It's not like the leaders broke out enough to really... I mean, they're going to have to fend off everybody. Bugspot sitting in a great position here in the 6th spot with Freshies. They had the fastest... the fastest pit was... looks like... 8-Ball with a 13.2. Gingerbeard also. 8-Ball back in 18th, though. Wow. Biggest movers of the race so far. Avon in the 12th position in that 67. They're up 11 spots after starting 23rd. Another big mover, Kyle C. in the 11 car in that black car in 14th. They started 25th. And I think they moved up a lot of spots on the track as well, but the pit stops really gained a lot of teams and lost a lot of teams because I'm seeing a lot of movement out of people. Gingerbeard also up 8 spots now. Robletto's lost a lot of time on pit road, it looks like. My goodness. You're seeing the whole field there. Awesome seeing all the different colors and so on. And we don't need them just yet, but we might have some F's in the chat for the top 5 here. I don't know how this is going to go for them. Did I set you up for failure, Shaffy? No, I did not. I mean, that's your bot that made that call. It all starts at the top and works its way down in companies. Don't you know that? All right, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Lights are off on the pace car. Oof. Oh, man. Where'd Beaterbot go? We're in 27th. Okay. So, wow. We're going to stay in TV3. I like this view. K-Bucks has led most of this race. They started on pole, get a great restart here. And it's going to be interesting to see how they hold on to it. So let's get a bigger picture. I think this is going to be a good way to view this. Gravity gets the best of Shaffy Taffy. We're going to see a big speed difference here. The 16 also having some trouble. Who was the other one? The 23 already is gobbled up by the fresh tires. Don't doubt the freshies. Bugspot gets held up by Shaffy on the outside. They are just asking. They're like, move out of the way or I will move. Pretty much. They look like they were threatening the bumper there a little bit. Oh, yeah, you can tell. Shaffybot having some trouble. West the Mess making a... dove right on their Bugspot. 3 wide. Look at this racing. Bugspot got to be fuming. They were in great position with freshies there, and now they're behind 2 other cars who did pit. The 66 and the 88 all on freshies. And you can just watch the 23s falling through the field after having a great start to this race. Oh my goodness, they're just clogging up the track here. 3 wide entering the front stretch. Not good. The 11 car making a big move here. Kyle C battling for that 8th position. Oh my goodness, the 67 gets up into the 09. And I don't think the 09's going to have a lot of luck up there in that top lane. It's going to be 3 wide for a little bit as everyone just dives under them. And way to ticket. While I was looking at all that chaos, the old tires of the 06 and the 17 have failed them, and the 88 in their first race of the season takes over the lead, and that would be huge for that team because that really helps them make up a lot of that points gap after missing the race. There's some cars who, I mean, towards the end don't have a lot of points in the standings after race number 1, so they can still move up quite a ways with a win here, depending where it all falls. But man, those old tires, not a good look for those leaders staying out there. And Wes the Mess has over a second lead on the field right now. In second now, the 67 also on fresh tires. The top car that did not pit, 52 laps on these tires so far, Gravity Bot, which is an absolute shame because Gravity had so much pace in that 17, and now they are in 6th position. Everyone else who didn't pit, we're looking at K-Bucks right here in 8th position. I'm honestly surprised they're still holding on. And then look at the absolute clog in the system here. Shaffy Bot holding up the entire field. They can't get around the 09 as the Shaffy Bot has moved to the bottom of the track finally. Make it just a little bit harder to pass. We'll talk about the 09. And then there's IFA, it was their first race as well in the 16 right there. You can see in front of the 48 in the green. IFA trying to hold on as well. It's not going to, over time though, it's not looking good for those cars that stayed out. So now that they're past the traffic, Wes's second lead has been cut into a bit. The 67 now, 0.7 back, and working their way up. Bugsbot also took tires. Whew. Just unfortunate for some of those teams. My goodness. Looking pretty good for Kyle C. Kyle C's up in 5th, and they won the first race, the points leader, by 4 points. Who else is, where's Megatony? I haven't even seen Megatony. Huh. Megatony high up in the standings. There we go. All right, they moved up to 12th. So they had a slow start. They started in 24th, but they've made some adjustments on that pit stop. And they're now up to 12th as the field's still working through those lapped cars. Or not lapped cars, those old tire cars. So let's check back in on the leaders. Now 0.6 behind. The 67, Avon. Still trying to catch up on Wes here. Bugspot right behind. You have to go back and think about that 3-wide move. I mean, Bugspot had the position on the fresh tires. They were the first one out. They were trying to work their way past the 09, and then there was just the smallest bit of daylight and just a daring, like, Days of Thunder move there by the 88. And risks pay off. They are out front. Yeto having a good day, too, in the 22. I think where everyone placed in the first race. Yetobot placed 16th in the first race, so a good showing for the 22 so far. Again, Kyle C in the 11, the points leader. Looking real strong. Goji Guy up in 7th, Jerry Reed in 8th, Adenoid in 9th, and making up your top 10, Zane with the 76 of Megatony now in chase as we roll through the field. Here again is the lead car who did not take tires. Now 60 laps in, and they are hurting. Oh, Bearderbot decided to show up. Look at this. They made some adjustments in the pits, and we're working our way through the field. 14th. Top 10 or bust. A lot of 2-wide racing still here. The old tires kind of holding everybody up. If you get stuck on that bottom line behind them, I mean, there's not much place to go unless you want to force a 3-wide situation. I feel like Gingerbeard has been in dangerous 3-wide positions all throughout this race. I thought they were about to just do another one. Ooh, Firestone struggling after a strong start as well back here towards the back of the field. And Sean G. What happened here? They were the biggest mover of the day early on in the race. Now, second to last, and Enigmatic, who didn't pit, was in the top 5. 62 tires, or 62 laps on their tires, back in 30th, last place. Oh, man. That is unfortunate. Top 5 all having a great day, and the strategy call, you got to wonder what their crew chiefs were thinking. That's the mess, though, leading the way. The lead has been cut down to 0.4. So just under half a second now. Avon trying to work their way. Again, I think it's going to be hard to pass the leader here. I think it's going to be hard without them catching lap traffic. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be a longer stint, too. We hit the caution for the stage at 40 laps. And this is going to be a 60-lap stint. So the drivers that take care of their tires are really going to be the ones that benefit. We could see comers and goers a bit. It's a longer stretch. Some separation from Bugsbot in third. But they've been running strong all day. I feel like they really started to pick up pace towards the end of that first stage. Maybe they got a long-run car. Here's the 66 of M. Guthrie in fourth. And again, making up the top 5, Nicholas Yetobot, the number 22. I don't know if I don't think there's going to be a caution. Oh, man, it's still a hornet's nest back here. Now I got that term stuck in my head. It's a hornet's nest back here as we're seeing some dives and potential 3-wide situations. Gravity's still hanging in there. They are the lead car who didn't pit in 15th. Like, if they can finish mid-pack like that on those tires, 67 laps right now on those tires, they are way ahead of everyone else who didn't. So just imagine if they just at least pit. They might have had a winning car. And West of Mess, their lead now cut. I saw him in 0.3. Avon Lemming. Lemming? Oh, I forgot to get the pronunciation from you. Avon in the 67. 0.3 behind now. Just 0.4 maybe. They're just chipping away. Getting quicker and quicker. Another caution would change the whole race there, Yeto. That would be wild. If we got a caution, I'd be pretty excited. Because I don't expect one. If we actually got a caution, I'd be interested to see how it even freaking happens. Maybe, just maybe, we get one if the leaders catch the back of the field where all those really old tire cars are. Oh, boy. All right, 3 of the cars that stayed out now are the bottom 3 in the race. K-Bucks, Shaffy-Bot, and Enigmatic, 28th, 29th, and 30th. My condolences. West, no caution. We're good. We don't need to see that yellow. Honestly, a lot of the cars in the top 5, I don't think any of them want to see the yellow. But then others who are still battling back here, it's going to be tough to make up that amount of time. They would definitely be interested. I'd love to see if the AI would pit again or not, and who. Like, I think the call is to pit there. I mean, they were already 32 laps in that stint. And these tires are cooked. All these drivers are starting to feel it. I'm so sorry, Shaffy. That's two races in a row. 2 races in a row of unfortunate incidents here. But it's a long season. We got time. We got time. I'm curious to see what happened to Sean G here in the 7. They were moving the whole first part of the race, and ever since that, I don't know if adjustments in the pit lane went awry, but it's been awful. Some nice racing back here. Ginger Beer getting right on the bumper of Firestone. Robledo trying to find their way through. Maybe Sean G recovering. Looking a little sporty there. Take a look at the mid-pack. Some good racing here as well. Keep an eye on that lead, too. 0.2 behind now. We'll be jumping back to them soon. That's the number 10 and 18 battling for the 16th position in the black and red cars, right behind the real Robert Bott and the 5. AJ Underwood in the 21. Timbo Slice there in 13th. They've been making some charges. I like the look of that car from the distant camera shot. Pretty cool. We don't have a lot of green cars in here. There's Bearder Bot worked their way to 12th. All right, I'm feeling a little better. Up 14 spots from the grid. Who's the biggest mover right now? That would be Avon in second. They've improved 21 positions. But I'm going to go through the top 10 until we get there. There's Megatony in 11th. Adenoid, the 99 for rounding up the top 10. There we go, Zane. Jerry Reed making a nice recovery as well. We didn't see that car too often in the first half of this race, and they've quietly made their way into the top 8. Goji Guy running strong as well. Guthrie looks like they're falling off a little bit. They were challenging with the top 4 for a little while, and now they've fallen off pace. Yettlebot's gotten past them into 4th. There's Bugsbot in 3rd. Bugsbot, I feel like the most consistent of the day has to be this 81. They've kind of been around this position the entire time without incident. And there's Avon getting closer and closer. Actually, Westbot kind of put a little bit of time on again. I don't know what happened there. It's just a little bit. They're still real close, but it's like maybe Westbot was saving a little bit of tire after getting that big lead, and now picking up the pace again a little bit. Sometimes, you know, you fall asleep. You see the competition coming up in the rearview mirror, and you start hitting the gas a little bit more. Boost 500. Oh, here he goes. Here's he's in 3rd place and jumps in the chat. Have no fear. He's coming in with fire. Have no fear. Number 1 is here. Number 1 mod is here. Oh, no. Go away. Well, at least he didn't see the pit lane gaff earlier on at the stage. So, again, all right. The 67 picking up pace again. We're within 0.2 once again. I think Bugspot getting a little closer to that 67, though. They're going to have to start thinking soon. Now under 20 laps to go in this race. I'm actually really happy with how Iowa's turned out so far. I thought it was going to be a totally different thing after testing. I thought the lap traffic was going to be the biggest thing, but the AI are putting on a freaking race here. The fun top 5. There's your race number 1 winner, Kyle C. in the 11. And I have to think after this, they're still going to be the points leader. If they can finish in the top 6 like right now, although Jerry Reed's picking up the pace, they might have a battle on their hands momentarily. But if they can stay in the top 10, it'll be pretty hard to unseat them from the top of the standings. That's a mess again. A little bit of a seesaw now. So we saw a lot of improvement from the 67 to 88, and now it's kind of going back and forth. They get a little closer, they lose a little bit of time. Maybe they're kind of fishing where they're supposed to go. How many times this season? Yeah, I know, right? That's actually that's a good call there. It does kind of look like an OCRP night here. My ears will burn. Puppies were chewing on a stick. Avon, you weren't even watching. Look. You're in 2nd. Did you see this magical run you've had? You missed a lot of drama. All right, we're gonna take a quick look through the field while we wait for the 67 and 88 battle. I'll keep an eye on the leaderboard there if we see anything exciting happening. So we got Wes out front in the 88, of course. The 67 with Avonbot, Bugsbot in 3rd. Ghetto having a great run in the 22. Goji Guy in the top 5. Jerry Reed's gotten past Kyle. Jerry Reed has a lot of pace. They might have something to say about this race, the way they're driving. I mean, maybe they saved a lot of tire. It's going to take a lot to make up that ground, but they are moving. There's Guthrie in 8th position. Zane Taylor in 9th. They've kind of had a quietish day, but running well. Adenoid still holding to that top 10. Megatony, though, making a little bit of a move here to try to break into that top 10. Looking at that leaderboard, too, we're now a half second behind Wes. From second 67 to 88, so we're seeing a little bit of separation again as the 88's picking up the pace. Either that or the 67's losing pace. Bugspot also looks like they kind of fallen off a little bit here. Tires may be coming into play. And don't look now to 22 also starting to catch up to that 81. And there's Jerry Reed, who we were just talking about. So we may have some new drivers enter the chat at the very end of this one, though the 88 still looking strong. We're going to continue our trip through the field, though. Of course, Adenoid lost that position. The Mega Tony now making a run, kind of like the real-life Tony. I feel like Tony loves to save tires and work his way back in races. Bearderbot, I'm feeling a little bit better than before when we were second to last, so thank you in 12th. Timbo Slice been making some aggressive moves all race there in 13th. We got DJ Underwood in 14th. Our rig trying to make a move on their outside right now for the position. They're going to be battling for a little bit. Tactic Tourism in 16th. Real Robert in 17th. Ryan Tarts, who's had an up and down day. They started, actually they're on their grid position, 18th. They're the only one out of this entire race, other than Bugs, who is in their in grid position. Firestone right there in the 24, they're 19th. They've dropped 13 spots since the start of this race. 8-Ball having a bit of a not great day. Randy Crimebot in the 21st. Jakenstein, who we thought was making some charges earlier, kind of falling off a little bit. We have a pit. Wait a minute. What? We got a pit? Someone in pits? I think? Right? No? No, I could have sworn I saw someone hit the pits. Maybe I'm losing my mind here. I could have sworn we see it. Let's continue. Robledo in the 23rd position, trying to battle Gingerbeard. I could have sworn I saw someone enter the pits, but I don't see anyone on my leaderboard. And then here are the 91 laps on these tires. 91 laps. Oh, Firestone. Firestone hit the pits. I was right. Oh, man. What happened there? Did they... Wait, what, that's their second time hitting the pit stall. Are we seeing pit stops? That's going to be interesting. 66 is in. We're seeing pit stops at the very end of this race. I don't know if this is a fuel issue or a tire issue. But these are cars that already stopped. There's cars out there who haven't pit yet. So I don't know why we're seeing pit stops right now. Oh my goodness, are people gonna throw these races away? No, don't tell me. Okay, I thought the 67 pit, but they just got passed by Jerry Reed. Like we said, Jerry Reed making a big move here. I am so confused by some of these pit stops. We got a number, M. Guthrie and Firestone both pit for their second time. So they may have had some, I don't see any incident points. I think they maybe had some tire issues. The 77 though, a lot of pace. They've come back from a ways back. They've gotten past some fast cars here. They got past Yeto, Bugs, Avon. And now in second and looking at the rear of Wes the Mess. They were within 0.3. Westbot is feeling those tires. They take the low side. We're going to have a battle of 5 to go. They've gapped third place. And the 88 hold off the 77. In the chat, Wes the Mess is saying GG Jerry. He says this one's over. My goodness, they are side to side. Can he clear him? And he does. Oh my goodness. I mean, we called it. We said Jerry was on the freaking move. They saved their tires early. They got real close there too. Almost went door to door for the pass and just got it absolutely done. But, I mean, hats off to the rest of the top 5 still. Some great strategy work there. to stay in the mix. Now Bug's trying to hold on to their third place position as well, with Ghettobot right behind. Avon's now falling back to fourth position. Well, they're hurting on those tires. So it was only those two cars. 2 laps to go. I really hope I don't anticipate any more pit stops. We're going to look into what happened to those 2 that pit. They may have had some damage. But 1 to go. We're on the final lap here, and Jerry Reed is going to take race number 2 at Iowa, the second race in BBRC history. I'm so sorry, but I'm hurt in the chat. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations to Jerry Reed. He wins at Iowa. Jerry Reed bot saving those tires and running down the leader, gapping them as well to the finish line. My goodness. What a comeback. All right, so it's official. And we got Jerry Reed, West the Mess, Bugsbot, Yeto in 4th position, Avon in 5th, Goji Guy, Kyle C, R-Rig, Megatony, Aidenoid, your top 10. Ooh, that was a good race. That was a good race. Out of the cars that did not pit, the top car was Gravity. They finished 23rd, Enigmatic in 24th. There's Aoife in 25th, Shaffy in 26th. Jakenstein, actually. What happened to Jakenstein? They finished 27th. K-Bucks also 28th. So interesting stuff. That was a fun race. I enjoyed that one. I'm glad that the AI put on a show there. I'm gonna start working on some of the standings and so on. But we'll keep chatting about the race. You don't gotta leave just yet. We'll look through some replays as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me bring this back a little bit. I know this is the ugly screen, but it's just easier to do. Let's look at what happened here to cause these pit stops. Like, what? Why? They get damaged? I don't see any damage. I think it literally just came down to tires. I think the AI felt that maybe they just abused the tires too much. Because I don't see any contact or anything. That's the only thing I would have maybe thought if they got in the wall. Just unfortunate. We'll work on the standings right real quick. It's just going to take me a minute, and I'll BRB. If you are heading out and you don't want to wait for that kind of stuff, I do appreciate you watching. But we're going to talk about the race for a little bit afterwards, some post-race. Let's go to that. Back to lap 1. Exciting. Oh my goodness. Can we get a replay of the passes on lap 71 and 72? Yes, make that happen. Was it good, Bearder? Oh, I'm sorry, Jakenstein. Yeah, Wes, I mean, first race in, P2 was pretty good. Make up a lot of those missed points from the first race. Some wide battles early on in this thing. Man, I'm very happy with the way the AI handled that. You guys like the island race? Like a Jeff Gluck poll was the RC Iowa good race. I know who's gonna vote no, but I thought regardless. Real quick. It's not gonna have all like the stats or anything, but yeah, Kyle holds on. Will get quicker turn quicker. I feel like a lot of this I'm learning on the fly. How to really like, for example, we added 2 cars. I just had to quickly add another row there. I don't mind if so Kyle C. holding on out front with 70 points now. Our rig with 65, Megatoni at 63. Obviously, I don't got any tiebreakers in here if there's any points that are the same. Our cars are driving me out. My bad. There we go. There we go. Is that better? Thank you. Apologies. Okay. Here's the updated standings. Kyle C. out front with 70. Our rig at 65. Megatoni, really nice start to the season, 63 points. Aidenoid and Bugsbot making up your top 5. And it's pretty close throughout the rest of the field there for a bit. That second place from Wes made up a lot of ground. 35 points now back in 25th, but they're going to have to put a string of good races together to really work their way up the front of the field. Computerbot and 20th. But again, every race each week is going to be possibly anybody's race. So it's going to be kind of exciting to see how like, if there's, despite it being anybody's race each week, if there's going to be a car that really stands out, kind of like Kyle's doing right now, winning the first race, having a nice finish here. A-Bucks actually was lucky. They won the stage. They got 5 extra points from that. Oh, it's about to die tactic. All right. Have a good one. Thank you for hopping in. But yeah. That's the standings. Before we go, was there anything you guys all wanted to see replay-wise? Oops. Don't mind that. So this is finished, but I'll leave some of the standings up. Oh, our pole is now at 95. End pole. Maybe at some point we could. I'm not really set up to do it just at the moment. Felt like you missed a good overtake. Which one was that? Lap 71, 72? Okay. That was yours? Lap 71, 72. So this was a battle for 5th position? I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. This is a battle for 4th right there. So yeah, you kind of got it. Was that a 2-for-1 kind of deal? As the tire fall off on the 66 was starting to come into play there. I can't believe those car. Oh, I don't know why they didn't pit that top 5. 100 laps on the same tires. When they know, like, I mean, I don't know if they know, but there was no caution in sight other than that stage. But we're gonna get some funky stuff like that from time to time. I hope the stages don't always make whoever's leading just like lose their brain and not pit, but that'll be what it be. I didn't notice that kind of trend in testing, so I just hope that isn't some unforeseen issue. Because it would be a shame if constantly the leaders, just because they're bots, like if you finish top 5 in the stage, are you like, oh no, my day's done? Although Bugspot finished 3rd in the stage and stayed out. There was a potato for sale in the pits. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Charlotte Roval next week. Oh, good call. I'm gonna put up the schedule. That'll be a good one. So that next week on day we'll be at the Roval. That will be a fun one. I think that's gonna be a little bit more chaotic than this one in testing. It was like a mixed bag. You'd have, especially early on when they were all close together and wanting to get as many positions as they could, especially when they hit the chicane on the backside. Backside of the track, it was pretty wild. Some of them didn't know how to handle the curbing. We had a few cars launch themselves in the air pretty good. And one of the testing sessions at the Roval, because I wanted to make sure it was at least, I tested the Roval a few times. And one of the testings, we had an absolute big one. Like a few laps in, almost the whole field wrecked. It clogged up the entire chicane. It was ridiculous. And then other times you have a lot of really good racing and passing and dive bombs and stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see how the Roval turns out. And I'm really happy this turned out to be a pretty good race. And also, I thought I knew exactly what was going to happen, and I'm at the start of this race saying the leaders are going to end up catching the field and so on. And look, I don't even think we had a lap down car. I don't think so. Oh, okay. Yeah, because they pit under green. That's the only reason. Guthrie and Firestone. But we didn't catch the back of the field. Yeah, no incident points. I just don't understand. And they were Guthrie, this is lap 79. They were still in 6th position. It's just unfortunate. They must have just ate up their tires. There goes the 77, the eventual race winner on lap 82. So we're jumping around at this point, trying to, catch the leaders and so on. Love the tracks rubbering in too. Like all the different lanes that the AI were taking, that all wasn't there at the start of the race. Another thing I love about this, kind of like Circuit Superstars, rubbering up the track. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe like I've had this happen to me when others can stay out where I just get too aggressive at tracks that eat up tires, and eventually your spotter's like, yeah, you're risking a tire blowout pretty much, and you got to hit the pits. So maybe that is what happened. They just got too aggressive, and unfortunately they had to get a tire change late in the race. The only explanation I can think of. That hurts. Getting from 8th position. They were losing spots though, so they did have some issues. Firestone was pretty unfortunate as well. I think they had already pit at this time. Yeah, there we go. Where were they when they pit? They were in 19th. And I know Firestone was battling in the top 15. So, nope. Thank you, Goji guy. Everyone heading out. I appreciate all of you. I got some things to do. I will not be staying on any further than this. And again, thank you. We saw some new faces tonight as well, and glad to have 16 and the 88 cars join in the lineup. I don't know if I want to go any further past number 30, like 30 cars. but maybe we can expand this to another season kind of thing. But I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. And I'm very excited to see what happens with the Roval next week for sure. Exciting. One final view at the standings? Sure. We can do that. And these are unofficial. This was just a really quick. I just tried my best to throw up some standing points. Here's the final look at the standings. After race number 2, unofficial standings. I'll post the official ones on in the Discord as well as on Twitter. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Have a good night. Jake and Stein, our rig. Dia Shaffy. You want to re-race Firestone? Yeah, no. No problem, Zane. Thank you for enjoying it. That makes it so much more fun. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to put up the base screen. Huh, it doesn't like transition anymore, which is kind of interesting. I gotta fix something with the fades. Like insta pops. Yeah, we'll see you in Discord at 4:30 in the morning. I'm actually gonna be gone the oh. Oh, I gotta show that. Hold on. There was almost a caution at the very end. Wow. I'm glad I was watching. I mean, there was no incident points from this. But the 66 got up into the 5, and the 5 got the wall. So somehow they did not get any incident points out of that. But the real Robert, my goodness. Yeah, they had some damage on the right side. Wow. Oh, the overlays. Oh, gosh darn it. Sorry, I'll re-show it. I thought I turned them off and I forgot to hit the transition. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So the 66 made a big dive here. This was like back in 17th. Late in the race. Get right up and we almost had a caution at the end. That would have been some drama. That would have been a lot of drama. Could have totally changed this entire race. Everyone would have hit the pits for freshies. Or we would have had some stay out and seen if they could hold on. You know, like Shaffy Taffy. They really wanted to go for 100 laps on those tires. Yeah, caution at the end would have been crazy. Absolute race changer that would have been. All right. Well, that'll be it for me. So, thank you very much. Hope you all have a great evening. It's the instant pop. I gotta fix that. It drives me nuts. I like fades. I gotta fade it back. There we go. Nice and smooth. No, don't you do that. Pop. There we go. Now we're fading in there. All right. I'm out. Have a good one. I'm going to be gone away from tomorrow through Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be on Wednesday night or not, but don't expect a Tuesday stream. I'll put that in the Discord most likely as well. Until then, great one. Peace.